What is up, my nieces and nephews? Welcome back to another episode of Fun Uncle, and in today's episode, I am doing a full, in-depth recap of my trip to Bitcoin Miami 2022. What y'all are about to see is an exclusive, all-access backstage look at Bitcoin Miami in a way I promise you are not going to get to see anywhere else on YouTube. I had the goods, and I was posting this content live to my TikToks, my Twitters, my Instagrams. If you want to see content live, fresh, right as it's coming off the press, you're going to want to join me on social media. The links are in the description down below. And I decided now that the hangover and the sunburn and the jet lag is cured, and I finally have like a full night's sleep under my belt, I decided let's make a comprehensive full look at my entire trip to Miami. I was there for 10 days. I was there from the semi trucks unloading to us packing them back up at the end of the show. It was very long and arduous. And you're probably asking yourself at this point, hey, Fun Uncle, how did you have such an exclusive all access backstage look at the show? Well, outside of this Fun Uncle persona, I work as a creative director and video engineer. And so a lot of broadcasting companies will hire me in to big shows like this to manage stages and to make sure that the show goes on as planned. And I shot all of these clips whenever I was like on break, like whenever I had a bathroom break or I had a long break in between shows or something like that, or lunch specifically. I would take this Hawaiian shirt out of my bag, throw it on, run out somewhere, pull up my phone and start shooting video clips. So keep that context in mind when you're seeing some of the stuff I'm about to post. I was like in the weeds, just like, hey, come on, let's go. Shoot some Fun Uncle. And so what you're about to see are some of my favorite extended clips from the show. Let's dive into them.
And then put in the case when we beat it. Not guilty, fair use, see. There's precedent for this type of shit. I represent my client to the best of my ability. Now punch me in, screaming about the real beat. Damn! How much? That's tough. Gotta ask. Do you have monthly fans? No, I don't. Don't ever say that again. Huh? Yeah. Goddamn. Punch me in, thinking of a line. Then punch me in doing that one more time. Take it back. That's facts. Run it again. Punch it in like that. Punch me in. Punch the sound of me struggling with this track. And put in some like go back. All right.
In closing, this week has been a marathon and I've been sprinting every step of the way. I am truly exhausted, but also I've changed my perspective. After listening to all these presentations, after hearing about all these countries that are adopting Bitcoin as legal tender, including the city of Miami will soon be using Bitcoin as legal tender, it made me change my perspective on Bitcoin altogether. Up until this point, I've been telling myself and my fans, my nieces and nephews out there, that Bitcoin is MySpace and that Ethereum is Facebook. However, after listening to all these companies that are building on top of Bitcoin, after all of these new users that are adopting Bitcoin as legal tender and using it in their everyday lives, it made me realize that Bitcoin is not MySpace in this analogy. I'm saying this because when Facebook came along, MySpace was completely destroyed. It disappeared into oblivion where no one's using it anymore because everyone's gone over to Facebook. I don't think that's going to happen with Bitcoin. I think that Bitcoin will be around for the long haul. I think our kids and our grandkids will be using it, especially if more and more countries continue to adopt it. And so this week truly has fundamentally changed my perspective on cryptocurrencies. I was definitely under the impression that Ethereum was the big player. It was going to dominate, it's going to take over Bitcoin, and once it did, Bitcoin would fade into oblivion. But no, I think there is space for all of these cryptocurrencies and even some more in the international markets. And so that's kind of my closing thought after hearing all these speakers, after looking at all these companies, after being on the ground floor with all these Bitcoin maxis. It truly has changed my perspective, for better or for worse. I have changed fundamentally as a person. And so that's my closing thought, Bitcoin Miami 2022 really has changed how I look at Bitcoin, and I might be scooping up a little more. I think $1 million is definitely a realistic possibility in the next 10 years. Bitcoin to the moon.
Well, that's it, my nieces and nephews. That's my extended, exclusive, all-access backstage look at Bitcoin Miami 2022. Thank you so much for stopping by, and I can't wait to see you at the next one. Do you like crypto, NFTs, and video games? Well, the Fununcle YouTube page is your one-stop shop for all of my content across all networks and platforms. You want to make sure to hit the link down in the description below and join me today. You do not want to miss out on any of this content because I work diligently to demystify the complexities of blockchain technology.